the shine of it, I would guess. But do the whole thing then and you make it all same.
Well, just put a few walnut shells up there to shine it again.
Or they use walnut shells for blasting too. So yeah, they're depending on what they're doing, maybe. That might be an area to explore, that not necessarily painting it, but just taking the paint off.
Yeah, we got to take it off either way.
Yeah, it's gotta come off.
If you're gonna blast it, you only have to get 10 feet away from it. Or 5 feet away. You don't have to get up there and physically paint it.
They wouldn't have to put all the scaffolding in there then.
That's true.
Yeah? I guess that'd be worth checking into.
Then you don't risk it getting painted with the wrong paint again, having to deal with it again another 5-10 years.
Yeah?
And you're done with it.
Well, this company, the cities, I mean, I'm sure they're really good, but
You'd wanna make sure that they wouldn't warp the panels, because too much pressure, you could
yeah,
distort.
yeah,
Puncture them.
Yeah, the metal, you know.
yeah.
They'd have to just start all low and search the magic pressure and go.
Yeah.
We're gonna have them start up in the attic first. Do some of that. I mean, it really don't need done up there, but
No,
that
I guess
part's good, but
if they wanted to experiment there, they're close to what they wanna do.
I don't know if there's any up in there that,
Because
With books.
that's what, about 8 foot there? 7 foot?
yeah,
Yeah, it's easy to get to.
be easy to get to.
Well, should we move on to the fairgrounds?
Fairgrounds, I really don't have nothing really big. So I kept it that.
Hey, what is the maintenance project plan for next year?
Nothing big. Probably, I might put 2 more fans in the shore arena, which wouldn't be that much, and then maybe some lights. You know, if the lights burn out there, they're what? Watt ones? And then like the LEDs are, I checked in, he thought there was a grant from XL that paid 75% of the lights. So then I had him price all lights out there, the outside lights, 42,000, but then XL isn't doing outside lights.
Oh,
So it's $42,000 to do all lights out there.
We won't save enough money to ever pay for that.
No,
The lights are on.
so what I tell him, when he checks them, like before the fair every year, if they're burnt out or the transformers, whatever, are out of them, then he switches it to LEDs.
Yeah.
I think last year I did, 3.
mm-hmm,
This year I'm not doing any, but
Right.
yeah.
we haven't had to turn them on. So I'd say, we're gonna update as
Just
they
what
burn
needs,
out.
just what needs to be done.
So if there isn't much going on, that could be a potential area for a reduction if,
Really, we've
Yeah.
done quite a bit out there. It's time to,
Yeah,
No.
the building improvements, I left it at 5,000.
right,
And
maybe
then
for
it's
that
just
maintenance
that-
and repair,
Yeah,
you could
I
maybe
left it at
take
15,000,
10 grand
but-
off or something.
but- I really, and I'm not gonna use it even close to that this year.
I mean, 5 would probably work, huh?
See, this year, we're at 870, so
Right,
it ain't gonna use a lot out there.
but then this year, we didn't have a fair, so,
right.
I know you,
Well, we did do, a upgrade to the hog barn.
yeah.
That was, $3,800. But we had a Compier grant for 3,000.
But if we lowered that 10,000, probably wouldn't be too critical.
Nope. And there's no way I wouldn't use that out there neither, but just in case something comes up, but I don't think nothing will. Nothing should.
And obviously, we're gonna be way under budget this year, so.
Yeah. Yep.
at some point, we're
I
gonna
can't-
need to do new, work in the bathrooms in the blue building or something.
Right.
They're looking pretty
I did,
trashy. We need new stalls, we need new toilets. I mean, they're looking like they're right out of the 70s.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
The
the
urinals.
Probably are, huh?
urinal, yeah.
Yeah, they are.
So I don't know when you wanna do that, but
The urinals, well,
they look.
Tammy was supposed to give me a bid on
terrible.
them, putting stainless steel in this year, but.
New shower stall, I mean, they just look
Yeah.
Obviously, they need paint and care and,
When you look at it, it's pretty a total gut job.
well,
Yeah.
pretty much.
Yeah. Yep.
And it gets
But then
used a
you
lot. It's
start-
not used just for the fair.
Right.
The horse people use it. There are lots of things. It's,
Every
bathrooms are the
event.
most common used thing out there. And
They're used
that's-
during the winter
people
too.
remember what the fair looks like by what your bathrooms look
Like you
like.
say, they're used year-round.
They're used year
Yeah.
round. They're used in the winter time too.
So,
Now, that'd be the,
But
that'd
to
be,
do it right, you're gonna spend more.
The blue building itself is getting awful faded. Have you looked into repainting that building, or what's the roof look like?
the roof is fairly new though.
We've done the roof here just a few years ago.
Yeah, 'cause Ed did that. Ballister or whatever.
I think it was the same year as we done the food stand,
Or a year before.
year after, the same year. But I know that's.
It was done before the food stand, I know.
Was it done before?
Yep. Yep.
I thought it was the same year.
I'd have to ask Ed, but. It was done before I started working there.
you got 10,000 to play with out there if you need to do something like that. And it-
Yeah,
but
'cause
those
I
things
did
need to
ask,
go on a list, though.
I did ask Jamie, you know, about those
Looks terrible.
urinals and stuff, because I thought we could still get that in this year.
I guess I wouldn't
Put
worry
stainless
about the
steel
paint
ones in
as
there.
much as the bathroom.
No. Get them modernized.
Yeah.
I mean, everything else out there is pretty nice except the bathrooms.
Put auto flushes in there and urinals and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
touch-free, everything.
Touch,
I
yeah.
don't know about the auto flushes though,
Why?
when they quit working and
Oh.
they're pain in the butt.
Well, especially
'Cause
when they
family
said
services
don't
had-
use them for probably
Right.
30 days, and then,
Because family services, we had that problem with the urinal out there, it flushed all night and overflowed.
yeah,
Nobody was there.
yeah, we don't need that. That'd go unnoticed for quite a while.
Yeah,
I took those all out and put manual ones in.
Ice skating rink.
As far as that goes, for the fair, we could just put them on a
But
timer.
not that kind.
That's what I talked to Jamie about too, was the urinals, and he said you could probably put them on a timer.
Used, you just hit a button and like 1 minute or 30 seconds out of 10 minutes, cycles.
Yep.
There's 4 meetings lost in company within 60 miles.
Way to
They
go.
do-
Jeepers, yeah.
they do log houses and to refit, to strip the wood or their cars or anything. You'll have to call them and get some idea. This is a unique
Yeah,
You
project.
can do the
Right.
bathroom work for 10 grand?
but we could start
You
doing,
might get it done for,
It's too low.
I don't know.
Oh, man.
but we have to do it anyway.
But
so-
something to check out, that's all. Make up phone calls and tell them what you got.
Cheapen up the painting bid too, if we gotta do paint it someday too, then. Okay. Yeah,
That's what they do, is stuff like
The
that.
Fixtures as they are, but.
Some of them take,
Well, the toilets you
a
could.
fire, and they'll blast all the walls.
But you would
and
have
seal
to
and
have,
everything without
start remodeling, you gotta
destroying,
make it
but all the
handicap
paint will come
accessible,
off
and you
and all
gotta
the
have
smell
accessible
and all that.
toilets.
Yeah,
And
it's
I don't
gonna,
think we got that either.
There's-
it's gonna be a
there's
more
one in each
costly
one.
venture than,
Yeah.
one handicap accessible in each bathroom.
Well, maintain it for 21 and do it for 22. If you wanna keep it low.
yeah, could do
So it needs
that.
to be fixed and,
Yeah, and if he comes and, he gets the stainless steel urinals, if he gets them in this year, we're fine too.
yeah, that's, yeah, you got,
Yeah.
Cause he's supposed to be getting me a bid on them.
And one thing about that, that's kind of some nice early winter or late winter projects. When they're done using it for baseball camp and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Then get in there, and so it's ready to go for spring. And they can do it at their own convenience.
yep.
Give them 30 days to do it.
Mm-hmm.
you good? Anything else, Wayne? For fairgrounds?
So were you leaving that or changing it or?
I think we took it to 5, but I think we should leave it at 10.
For the maintenance and repair?
Yeah.
I don't care, just so.
Yeah, let's go to 10.
Yeah, and then we,
Okay.
like I said, we probably won't use it, but it's there then, just in case something
But
comes up.
then, like you say, then next year kind of lean toward doing the restrooms.
Yeah, you know, if we don't use it, we got that much more to put.
Right, well, and it looks like we'll have some left this
We're gonna have
year
plenty
as
from this
well.
year, so, yeah.
And we'll probably need all of it if you're gonna do the restrooms, 'cause,
Oh,
yeah, it's a bigger dollar.
We've cut way back anyway, 'cause
Right.
it used to be 30,000, so.
I mean, because if you're gonna do it right.
yeah. Yeah, your last big projects, I think, were the electrical out there anyway, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like I said, just for lights, I'm just gonna only do a few every year, the outside ones when they burn out.
That'd be
Gets
kinda
used all
like
the time.
come under maintenance.
Yeah, that would come under maintenance, yeah, then.
Okay,
Okay, thank you, Wayne.
That's,
thanks.
Renee's still coming?
Oh, she's been waiting anxiously out there.
Oh.
Not a secret.
yeah, it is.
She's waiting anxiously for a while.
Out there?
Oh, yeah, you could.
It gets loud when they're laughing at the phone.
Hello.
Hey,
Realize you were waiting outside.
I'm gonna warn you, we've used a lot of red ink today.
Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. No, it should be okay, I think.
Just giving you a bad time.
Yeah, absolutely. So I didn't really make many changes from last year. I tried with our salaries. I did a 1% increase just to gauge for that. And then we got our grant. That's in process already to be sent to us. And then the insurances, para, Social Security, Medicare, those were the figures that I was given from Kathy. The only big increase that I really have is for the printing, publishing, and advertising. And the reason why that has increased so significantly is because we are doing another year with the radio, and that's about $3,000 for the year. And I have that budgeted to come out of the grant. And then I'm also doing Yellow Pages advertising, and I think it's gonna be something like this, where it's on these phone books. And they also have a call tracker, so if they call with the number that's on here, it'll tell me how many people are using that to kind of gauge what interest we're getting through that ad. That ad costs $1,500. And then about $1,000 for Pipestone publishing, which is something that I do pretty routine to advertise in the paper for that. COVID increased that most significantly with the grants and the disaster relief programs that they had available for the COVID relief. That put a pretty big increase in my budget as well, because I needed to advertise for those. But outside of that, I'm budgeting for those three big items with the printing, publishing, and advertising, all of which can certainly be used with the grant.
Okay, so you're budgeting 5,500, right?
Yes,
That's the same as last year.
yes.
Is that right? Okay, so it's
Well-
not changing?
Yes, I guess. I don't remember doing it that high last year, because I didn't do the Yellow Pages last year.
looks like the last couple of years it's been.
Yeah, it's been the same. 55, 55, 55.
Well then, belay my last. There is no increase in that. Just allocated it
So is that
in
enough to
different
do your
places.
project?
Wasn't all spent the other years.
Pardon?
It just wasn't all spent the other years.
Right, mm-hmm. That should be enough, I would
Okay,
think.
That'll take care of your projects then? Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Outside of that, everything should be relatively the same from last year.
Under maintenance, buildings and ground, was that redoing the heating system out there?
Yes.
Okay.
All those costs get split
Split
between the
for all.
departments.
Yeah, and the salary, for me would be split in half with EM, and then Danielle split in third. So that's why that number seems probably a little low.
So you want to be busier, so you're gonna advertise more, continue to advertise to get more business.
My goal is, and we talked about this too when I was doing the grants paperwork, my goal is to reach every veteran in Pipestone County. And it's probably a big feat, but I'm willing to take on the challenge because I think everybody needs to at least know what is available to them.
And the programs keep changing a little bit over the years.
Not much different at all.
This or that is available. Or whatever.
Yep. Or if they have a service-connected disability, let's increase it. If it's been 10 years ago since you were awarded that, let's put in for an increase. Chances are the disability hasn't improved. So let's put
Funny
in
that
for an
you should
increase.
mention that. This was applied for in 1984. I'm gonna let you take it and look at it. See if you have anything in
Certainly.
your file.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was that this is off the subject. Yes, last week, and the guy said, what you have had should be no problem now.
Outstanding. I'll get right to that, absolutely.
That they're gonna pay my disability back to when I applied in 1984. Woo-hoo!
That would be
That
outstanding.
would be a feather in your cap.
Yeah, yeah. Yours too.
Might be worth a steak dinner, too. But anyway, just throw it in, when you get time someday, look at it. I'll stop in a week or two, and if you see what you have in the file.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's all I just.
Yeah.
Appreciate your help that you have done, and I've had good comments from some of the people around Edgerton, too.
Good, good. Get them all in my office. Tell all your friends. Go see Renee.
But that's a good advertising, too, is to have people that appreciate what you've done, and, you know, so, yeah.
I love it. I love my job, so thank you for the opportunity again to continue to do it.
Yeah, no, we hear good comments all the time.
Good. That warms my heart. Because it's really a passion, and that's my goal, is to help everybody. I can't help everybody, and that's without, out of my control, but I really do try, so.
How about training? Have you got anything coming up this year, or is that something that's ongoing, or?
So it is ongoing. We're doing WebExes right now. Everything's been canceled because of COVID. I do plan on, if they open back up, I would like to continue to go to the conferences and things like that, because the rules do change, and we have opportunities to talk to legislator and ask them, why are these programs the way they are, and get the answers that we need. And so they're good opportunities. And also to network, and if I have a question, I can reach out to other CVSOs and feel comfortable asking them. So it's very positive, and so I would like to continue doing that once they open back up.
But there's nothing scheduled for, at this point, even for next year, probably, because they don't.
No.
Renee, I got a question.
Sure.
6331, you got mileage veterans, and 6332, you got just plain mileage. And I was wondering
What the difference is?
Yeah.
Sure. So part of my program, I offer veterans transportation through UCAP to go to the VA hospital.
Right.
And so I separate it so we can identify how much is being spent for the veterans alone and what is being spent for training for me.
Right, okay. I figured that's what it was, but I wanted you to clarify it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is the 6331 the money you pay to UCAP to buy the mileage for the vets?
Yes,
We set that up, what, a year or two ago?
yes.
To clear that up for you? Yeah,
Yep.
good.
Because it was we did it the way we did because if we didn't prepay for the mileage, then we were going to be charged about $1 per mile. Whereas this way, if we prepay, then it's like 60 cents a mile. And I couldn't afford, to spend $100 round trip per veteran when I don't have a lot of veterans that use the program, but I have a few veterans that use it often. So I didn't want to overextend the mileage budget for them. And if I couldn't offer it to them, then they wouldn't be able to make it to their appointments.
At one time, there was a bus that came down from Marshall occasionally to the.
Yeah, they run Marshall, Lincoln
Has that
County.
ever been anything that would work out for you to They could stop and pick up somebody and bring them back later in the day, or I don't know. That would,
I believe it is an option. It's just a struggle to try and coordinate that because you have to have the appointments be scheduled for that day.
Right.
And they have to know that that veteran wants to go and if,
sit there all day waiting for somebody to come home either, I'm sure. So.
right.
Yeah, because if I remember right, that's scheduled, and they make the run twice a month, I think, something like that. And if you took that, you could get on the bus at 8:30 in the morning, not get back home until 5:30 at night, because you'd sat down there the whole time waiting for everybody to get through.
And think of the people in Marshall who are riding it, that they have to make all the stops in Pipestone, in Lake Benton, to Marshall. I really do like the convenience of this for my veterans, but it's not something that we have to rule out either.
Right now, they don't let you sit around inside there either. In fact, your wife or somebody comes with you, they wait outside.
Yep.
So they're not, and there's very few people in the building, just staff and people that are right there on their appointments, so. And that'll change again eventually, but it's, right now, it's,
Might be a while, though.
yeah.
Hey, Renee, the only other thing I'm looking at is your 6104 overtime. I see nothing in there for 21. Has that changed out there, or I think that's still split Danielle's salary between all the departments, so I think you get a little bit of her overtime in there when she gets it? Or has that been changed?
Perhaps.
Okay,
I'm
check.
not confident with the overtime, because I usually,
It's not yours.
right.
I know, yeah.
But with her, I'm not aware of overtime. I don't see her time card or anything like that, so I don't know.
Right,
if
I think
she's
it's just a
putting it.
split between the departments that she works for,
And
how it's done.
I'm not 100% on that.
Yeah. Well, looking back to 19, there's definitely overtime coming out of that. Not much, it's like, in January it was like $16, and in February it was like $38, and March was $43. So it was a little bit that gets applied to your budget. I'm sure it's because of the split, because of how the budgets are set up.
Sure.
So,
And it does look like there's about 500 already for 1 through 6.
right, I would recommend you probably put 800 back in there, just to make sure you're covered, instead of showing it as a zero, and then we'll come back next year and go, well, because there is a split on that. Is that okay?
Yes, that's
Okay.
fine. I apologize that
No, that's
I missed
fine.
that.
Doesn't change much. Perfect.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in. Sorry you had to wait.
No, that's okay. I don't mind.
Should have left the door open, because you sure can come in and listen to anything, because it's all on video anyway.
I know.
Thanks, Renee.
Thank you. Good rest of your day.
Thanks, we'll see ya. Bye-bye.
So we're set, as far as we know, on the 24th for the hospital.
That's fine.
And the 25th will be back.
We just don't know what time.
Yeah, she's gonna email us, I suppose. Unless that doesn't work, I don't know.
So, are you available on the 25th or not?
Yeah.
Yes?
We are having a meeting then, right?
The 25th, we're meeting here in the morning and hospital in the afternoon.
That's
Right.
Right, so we won't be able to do budget meetings on the 25th here then?
Not in the
Probably not
afternoon.
unless it's a real short agenda or something. We can do some stuff.
The hospital?
I mean, they can be done in the morning.
I'll get as many as I can in the morning.
Two or
I'll
three.
probably try to get, if I can get 3 in there.
Depends how much other stuff comes.
Yeah, we might not
Yeah.
have much other stuff.
Well, since we've been doing Zoom meetings, they've been really short. for
Right.
The hospital one, so.
Well, that's true too, yeah.
Plan ops meeting yesterday and I thought we were still talking about something and My screen went dark, I guess Pete Swanson turned the meeting off. Did you get shut off early too, right at the end? Usually we talk about some stuff after the meeting. a
Well,
little
when
bit.
you were gone, Pete was gone, just me and Brad, so I
I
got out too.
I didn't turn mine off, the meeting closed. Somebody did it, I don't know, that's fine, but
They gotta pay your electricity bill.
I'm curious about some of those other issues that have been happening, but we didn't have any news on. We'll see. Should we have to adjourn the meeting?
Yes.
Make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
Motion and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay. You're adjourned then.
We're done, Dan. Thank you.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Yep. Talk to you soon.
I've had some people tell me
Goodbye.
around town that they really appreciate her help because she's so helpful and she's.
Right. Oh, yeah.
accommodating.
Much
I've
so.
had anybody like that around here for years. I thought, oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.